Guys, welcome to In Conversation with your girl Unomcebo Msane. I am back. September is a busy month. There's so much happening. There's so much that we are celebrating in September. It's Literature Month, it's Heritage Month, and it's also Tourism Month. For those who are already preparing their December holidays, this conversation is for you. I have an amazing guest, like I always do. She is amazing in the tourism space, a woman in tourism, a powerhouse. And as I tell you, behind every breakthrough is a story. So today we're going to hear her story, we're going to hear her journey, and most importantly, we're going to learn and be inspired, not only by her professional side, but also her personal side of things. One of the things that I read about her as I was reading her up was there's this tag that she has. It says "From the village to the world," and I was like, that's my type of person. I really want to hear more about her journey. Without wasting any more time, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Lifeche Mampuru.
Ooh, hi.
Hi.
We need a drum roll like poo, 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 poo.
I need someone who's going to be doing the drums next.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, help me with your name. I know we tried behind the scene, but you know these things happen. The Zulu tongue disappoints us sometime. What is your name and what exactly does it mean? Because I'm Zulu. I can try to translate it, you won't like it.
No, thank you so much. My name is Lifenche Mampuru.
Yes.
Lifenche meaning conqueror.
Conqueror.
Because you're Zulu, in Zulu king ngobile.
Yes, Ngobile.
Yes.
Yamuzwa naye guys. Mupedi nomzulu. We are hlanganising. Thank you for that. You are here. You are a powerhouse, businesswoman, philanthropist, speaker, a woman in tourism, experienced, educated, beautiful. I can keep going. But like I always say, behind every breakthrough, behind every wonderful story that we see every day, there's a story. Who was you before you?
Well, to start off, thank you so much for the invitation. I really feel honored to be on such a platform where we can share our stories to inspire, to impact other people. As I've mentioned, my name is Lifenche Mampuru. I am from Limpopo in a region called Rasikukune. Born and bred.
I'm thinking Skukune United States.
Wow. Yes, I'm originally from Rasikukune in Limpopo. I did my studies in Middelburg, further in Groblersdal, which is my hometown currently. I did my bachelor's degree, and now I'm a 9 to 5. I've been in business. I've just been, hustling all over. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'm very honored to be here.
I love that. I've been hustling, guys. We are, that word hustling. We really are.
Let me not say hustling. We are building.
We are building.
Yes,
I love that.
We are building.
We are building. There's versions of ourselves that we wanted growing up, and it was up to us to see those versions come to light. So we built ourselves to get to where we are.
Yes.
Have you always wanted to be in the space that you are in tourism? The young you, have you always known that, guys, no matter what happens in my life, this is the direction that I want to take?
Not even, hey. The younger me definitely didn't see this woman coming.
I love that.
She's evolved into somebody that she's never imagined that she would grow into the woman that she is today. I think I owe the younger me so much because I didn't do her any justice. And I want to give her a hug. I feel so sorry because I neglected her so much.
It wasn't you,
but we've grown, we've evolved, and I think like when I was younger, I was very I wasn't this confident woman that I am today. I grew up with a very low self-esteem, always trying to fit in. I was just always that child, just trying to hop. When you like somebody, you want to be like them, and but I never really knew who I am and what I really want to be, And years later, after completing my degree, I find myself in an industry where I knew nothing about. I knew nothing about tourism. And I always say that this is an industry that found me.
Ah, I love
I
that.
didn't know anything about tourism, but it's something that found me. But little did I know that that's where I'll find my passion, and I'd also
Mm,
even say my calling of serving.
mm,
I'm so in love with this industry. I'm very passionate about it.
about
I
it.
live and breathe tourism. Anybody who knows me knows what she's that woman in tourism.
Guys, we have a plug
So
in tourism now, so I'm
yes,
here for the plugs.
yeah.
I love that. I love what you are saying. Like a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves, especially when you are younger, growing up. You're expected to know what you want out of life.
Mm,
You're expected to know who you are and what you are about, and that creates a level of pressure
mm,
that sometimes becomes too much. I
yeah,
love what you are saying. It found you, when your journey has been orchestrated the way that it's supposed to be. Sometimes things will find you. You
mm,
won't be the one trying to chase the things,
mm,
and there's nothing wrong with you as you are growing up not being sure of certain
mm.
things, because how does an industry find you? Like, do they come to your door and be like, "Gary,
Yeah.
out of that bed, we want you"? You know
Mm,
what I
mm.
mean? So I really love what you are saying. It's no pressure, guys. You don't need to know everything when you are growing
Yes,
up. It's
yes,
as you grow and evolve, new passions come to
yes.
light. You get to understand, this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
Mm,
Tourism, I'm like, guys, when I hear tourism, I think traveling, vacations. I'm out there doing my thing, but obviously there's an entire industry
mm,
behind it. Did you study something related to tourism? I heard you mention a degree.
mm.
Did you study something
No, I
related?
didn't. I did
Yeah,
a BCom
guys.
Bachelor of Commerce.
Yes.
And I think, one of my core things that have where I who I am today, I think it's
Mm,
because of the strong support structure I have from my family. I think
yeah.
those are the people that really believed in me when I didn't see any future for myself. I
Mm,
didn't know who I was. I remember when I was going for registrations for varsity, I drove with my parents.
mm.
I've got a very like I'm a my parents this, my parents
What's
that
that?
child. And I remember we were going for registrations, and my dad asked me, "So what is it that you are going to register for?" I was just like, "Psychology," because like I think everyone around there was just, and he's like, "No,
No.
you're
What
gonna
is
do."
psychology?
Yeah, he's like, "No, you're gonna do business management." And
Mm,
I just went with it, and I always say I think my dad is like my guardian angel on earth,
mm,
because I remember there was a time in high school, like I've mentioned, that I had a very low self-esteem, and I was just
mm,
an average learner at school. The one thing that I was just good at was sports.
mm.
And I remember this one time they called my parents in for a meeting in high school, and they said, your child's performance is not really good, and
Mm,
there's a chance that she might fail, or leading that, how there's those average class and whatnot
yes.
thing.
Mm,
And all my teachers were in that room. I remember that feeling. Literally all my subject teachers were in
mm,
that room. I was there with my dad, and they just went through it. And after that meeting, my dad was like, "Don't stress, you are passing, so
mm.
don't stress."
As long as she's
Yes,
getting through,
so
you know.
you are fine, don't stress
Yeah, we're not
yourself.
all straight A students.
Yes, and even there was a time in primary when I went for an aptitude test.
Mm,
And they'll give you a report back to say, no, your child needs this certain attention, and this
mm,
this this this
mm,
this 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 and my dad said, no, this is nonsense. You're fine. But at the time I didn't understand. I was so upset with him. I'm like, this man doesn't
understand
understand
me.
why. But years later, I
Mm,
value and cherish that and hold it so fondly to my heart, because I'm like,
mm,
he believed in me more than I believed in myself. He saw something
mm.
greater in me,
I
more
love
than
that.
more that I didn't see. So
Mm,
honestly speaking, I am the woman I am today because of my parents and the support that
support.
they've given me,
Yeah.
even when there was no direction. They still
Mm.
gave me hope, and they still supported me irregardless, and they just showed up for me nonetheless.
I love that. Mama,
Mm.
papa. Siyabonga
Kasi pinake
kakhulu.
ba re ngwana bomma.
She will translate what I'm saying. But we are so grateful. Like it's a beautiful journey. I think as with every child, you want that kind of support from your parents. I wasn't lucky enough. I lost my parents at a very young age. My dad first when I was 8, and then my mom at a later stage. But the time that I had with my mom especially, it's like she knew that, girl, we don't
Mm.
have a lot of time together, ne? So
Yes.
get yourself together. So even though she wasn't there for long, I still know that I am the woman that I am because of my mother. She was perfectionist, strict, wanted everything done in this sense. For me, I didn't have time to like not be sure of anything. She was my confidant because she will say, yes, you can. The teachers, we all have those teacher sessions where they're like,
this one,
this
we have a
one,
problem here.
For her, it was always like, wow, your child, and she played a role in me becoming that wow child all the time. I wasn't clear as well when I was younger, but from my mom, the way she carried herself, the way she spoke, the confidence she had, the independence that she had, I always knew that for me, there's no other way. Like, I can't be not sure of anything. I need to be clear on my journey. That's why I believe my journey became a little bit clearer when I was younger, because that's the time I had her around. And after she was gone, it's painful. It's never easy to lose a parent, but confidence, independence, owning the room, I never struggled with those things, and I owe it all to her.
Yes.
So they do play a very big role in us turning out to be the way that we are. We honor them, those who are around. Thank you, guys. Look at that. This is what you've created. Now you are done with school, into this tourism space. What would you say to someone who is interested in the space? What are the first few things when you started? You have over 7 years experience in the industry. In your early years, what are the things you'd say that if you're interested in tourism, these are like the core things to have, either skills or a certain attitude? These are the things that you must have.
When I said found me, I remember so it's a family business. We have a guest house back there at home. It's called Muhlaleti Guest House. So it's a family business. This one day I was in Centurion going for a high tea with a friend. Just completed my one module that I was going. I was planning to go to my corporates and inside, like I had no business being part of
the family business.
And mind you, then this one time on our way to this high tea, my dad calls me. He's like, "No, come drive down. The employees have resigned. We have no one to come to work at the reception." Mind you, I haven't worked anywhere before. I have no experience, And I'm like, huh? Fine. I tell my friend she has to go drop me back. I pack all my things, funny enough, as if I knew
you're not coming back.
I pack all my things, whereas for me it was probably just like just maybe 2 weeks, a month or so. I packed all my things. I drove down straight to Muhlaleti, to Limpopo, and I arrived there. I'm this fresh graduate, no work experience, no knowledge of this industry, and I think the one thing, though, one of the core things for me was my willingness to learn.
Yes.
My willingness to learn, which also now transferred into passion. Now, tourism is an industry that you need to be very passionate about. I would like to say, this is not an industry where you want to be a millionaire. No, you need to have so much passion for what you do, because when you don't have passion and you're not open to learn, you're going to be very frustrated. I mean, if it was not for my willingness on how to learn, I would have easily left everything. I remember when we were doing like a quotation, it would take me like an hour to get it right. I didn't know how to do a quotation.
And the guests are right there.
And the client needs, but I literally had to learn every single thing. What type of system can we create to make things work to be easier for us? Just constantly learning and growing, and one of the core things that can also help you grow in this industry is we've got a lot of platforms for networking.
Yeah.
And these are just not networking to say, hi, I'm this person, I'm doing this. It's platforms where they share opportunities. They will be like, there's a funding here for tourism SMMEs. Here's a funding opportunities. The Department of Tourism, we have trade shows like your Indavas, Meetings Africa, where you go and showcase your product to international buyers. And I mean, those are the exposures that we need, you know.
Yes.
These are platforms and networking platforms that will help you grow
Grow.
and build yourself, you know. So I would say to anybody that wants to go into to this industry is that you really need to be passionate about it and be open about it. Tourism is very broad. Like you said, when you think of tourism, you think of just traveling. Tourism is, I like to believe tourism is everything. The vendor selling in the streets, it's tourism. The retail stores, the lady selling clothes, making beads, traditional ways and stuff. That's tourism. We sell these to international people to say our culture. That's tourism. There's adventure. There's the hotel side of it. It's very broad.
I love that.
There's restaurants. That's tourism. Literally everything is tourism.
And as you're speaking, I'm also realizing that it's not only just it's being something you must be passionate about, you must be open to serving.
Yes.
You are serving
Yes.
the guest, you are serving the people who are coming into your space, your customers. So you need to be someone who is a server, be okay with that. And I loved what you mentioned. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You need to be passionate about it. And for me, I believe that if you want to get into anything in this day and age, we need money, guys. We work for money. We're not taking that out of the table. But when you have passion for something, you were able to be a receptionist at your home B&B without any knowledge, and you were open to learn, and it just opened a new world for you. You were willing to get into that space. We've got a stigma of people, I've studied, I have my degree, and then you get into the corporate space, they ask for 10 years work experience. And then there's a certain expectation that you already have because you've done the groundwork, you have studied. But what I'm hearing from what you're saying is, for me, like any other industry, be open to learn. Be open to start from the ground and grow your way up. In Conversation With is about behind the journey. Allow yourself to go through a journey. You don't wake up like this. You know, you build this to a place that you want it to be. You said earlier on, you built the woman that you are today. And same with our career. You need to build yourself up. If you are aiming to be the GM of Capital Hotels or whatever hotels you want to work in, it's a journey. You build your journey up to all of that. One of the things I said earlier on when I was learning about you is there's a tag that you have, from the village to the world. Please tell us more. I just saw village.
Like, that's my girl.
Whether it's Limpopo or Noksalayo, it's the village. There's so many disadvantages for people growing up in the villages. We have less resources, we have less access to certain information and knowledge. Internet today has tried to make things a little bit easy, but you can't compare a child who's growing up in the village with a child who's growing up in the city. From the way they think, the access they have, how they are broad in using technology, there's certain limitations that come with being a village girl. I remember the first time I had to take a plane in my life, I was like, I haven't even done a small shot left in my neighborhood. Next thing, I need to be going far. Tell me more. Village to the world. In your journey, what does it mean?
So how that came about, from the village to the world, my friend was even saying, you must trademark this, you know. We were flying to Durban for the travel Indaba, and I remember just sitting on the window in the plane, and I'm like, from the village to the world, that village girl is going to the world, you know, and to the world whereas you're going to meet all these local and international people, you know. And as you have mentioned, the village side of things it's very it limits a lot. You know, you would think in this day and time people have access to that knowledge because of the internet and stuff, and you'll be so shocked at how much there's still a gap to fill, you know. I'm very passionate about community outreaches and development, and I've done some of that with some high school learners. And I remember this one time when I was engaging these learners in this village in a school, and I asked them, so what do you guys want to study, you know? And just from what they told me, I could tell there's a information, there's a disconnect, there's lack of information here. You know, a person wants to do radiography, but you realize they're taking the wrong subjects, you know. And then you ask one, so the other one will be like, I want to be a manager. And I'm like, but in what? I just want to be a manager, you know. I want to be a police, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a doctor, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. And what I'm trying to do is that we need to open their minds to say, but do you know that you can run a beauty spa and be successful? Do you know you can go to a beauty school and make money? Do you know you can make clothes and be a successful person? You know, and you know, one thing traveling also does that, it opens your mind to a lot of things. We might not be aware of it, but traveling, it really opens our mind. And sometimes it's just that people don't have that a privilege to explore some of these things, you know. In our guest house, most of the people we've employed are local people, and tourism is a female dominant industry, but also there's a lack of skills, because now you take umama wasekhaya and she's your housekeeper. She knows nothing. You have to train her from scratch, you know. So there's that limitation as well, to say there's still a lack of access. And you know, you look at where you come from at schools. I remember in high school we'd have all the universities come and do career guidance. There's all these opportunities that are there, and we used to take that so lightly. And I'm like, these kids don't have that privilege, and those are some of the programs we're just looking into developing, you know. I also don't want it to be just a show and then you leave, you know. We need to develop fully, to mentor them from the ground, to say, you can do one, there's this out there, you can do that. Do you know you can be a speaker, you know, and have a career out of that, you know. So we need to unlock that mindset of saying, this is just where it ends with me. Like, there is so much more that, you know, I can be in a village, but I can also be somebody
from
out
the
there
village to the
into
world.
the world. And it's possible. I have a friend who's running a tea brand where they found these old women in the village where they were just drinking this tea. And her mom asked, so what is it that you guys are drinking and everything? The mom took the tea, she went to taste it, and now they're running a successful tea brand. It's recognized globally.
So they make the tea.
Yes. And that's a tea that has been there for generations. But they were just drinking it. And her mom was like, you guys are so strong. What is it that you're drinking? She's like, no, we drink this tea. But they were hiding it because back at home, they'd be like, no, it's like witchcraft, or, you know, umu tea and stuff like that. But this tea now, they share information with it. It's healing people, you know, health-wise, for both male and females, you know. So we need to unlock those, to say, there's so much out there for us. Our surrounding is not the beginning and the end. Yes.
And a lot of us, because of that, not having enough resources where we are, you end up now having to move away from home. Now you're chasing the city life so that you can grow and have success. It's beautiful. You have to grow. You need to change places. But I like what you are saying. We need to invest in those spaces. You don't need to move away from the village to get all the information you need. You can have a tea brand straight from
I
the
always say
village.
village is actually the real luxury, hey?
It's the
real luxury is there, actually.
The end itself.
Our buildings, are they not doing any justice to us?
We started the buildings, the traffic,
they're bringing anxiety and mental health issues.
Things that we do.
I say village is the real luxury.
I didn't know what mental health issues were when I was still back at home, just waking up to the beautiful air, the trees, the animals. If we were to make a masi, we've got cows. Now you come to the city, next thing there's mental health issues. I'm like, guys,
which is also real. We go through it. And you know, also sometimes I remember there was a child back there at home, there's this illness that kids have, is in autism or something. So there was a child that had autism, and they didn't know Uguti, what is it? And then they think Uguti, it's witchcraft. This child has been bewitched. It's another lack of information thing.
Again.
So there's always that little. There's still a lot we need to do. There's still a lot we need to do. I mean, Mina, in mental health, I was always that I could not relate to it, because I always felt like I don't. They say you'll never know until you experience it. Until I experienced something tragic, that's when I was like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
In 2019, where I was diagnosed with depression. But
And I'm
before,
sure you didn't even know when you were
no,
moving.
and you know, before I was always like, I was like, I'm that prayer warrior, like
I've got
just the
this.
church girl. You
Mm.
know, I couldn't relate when people would share about mental health and stuff. But now it's something also very close to my heart because I'm going through it. I've experienced it at the darkest of the darkest of moments.
You understand.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know, it's grace that, you know, we're just able to get out of that space. You know, so mental health is another. It's killing us, and I always say that we need to be as informed about it, because I mean, I think for me, my family, my people around didn't really understand what was going on with me, what was
in the
wrong
village, guys,
with me,
it's
you know.
still that space
And
where
it used to hurt, you know,
Mm.
it used to hurt because when I was diagnosed with depression, one of my symptoms was I was very forgetful, and I was on serious chronic medication, like heavy chronic medication, and I was very forgetful. I gained a lot of weight. I was sleeping all the time. And I remember, you know, I used to forget, and my family like, hey, when I'm married, you always forget, you know, when I leave, did you not forget anything, you know? And sometimes I used to feel like, it's like, but I'm not, you know, you want to raise the frustration. I'm not doing it on purpose. There's something wrong. I'm
with
sick.
me.
You know, so it's very important that we need to educate ourselves about mental health. It's killing us, like I've mentioned. It's very important for people around you to understand, because when people around you don't understand what's going wrong, it's going to kill you even more. You know, there are moments where you'll have your episodes or whatever the case may be, and you know, I need to understand her. Okay, what's going on? What's triggering her? Why is she reacting like this? Why is she doing things like this? You know, so yeah, it's another
conversation on its
own. That one.
Yeah,
yes.
But the fact that we are getting into spaces where we are having access to knowledge, learning, because one of the things you're saying is we need to learn and have knowledge. This is real. These are illnesses. They are treatable. There's certain symptoms. You get diagnosed. You can't see it, but you know, it is there. It's real. Until you have to experience it, you're like, oh, okay, this is real. So thank you for sharing that part of your journey. We look beautiful and strong, guys, but hey, if we unravel and
it
start
takes a
talking,
lot. It takes a lot.
Now you're a woman, you've grown, you are successful in what you do. I'm sure there's still more to come. There's still more to do. We never stop in our journey. You are a woman in the tourism space. You mentioned that there's quite a lot of women, but there's also like a lack of skills within the industry. In most industries, you find that corporate is male dominated, like boardrooms. You like put in that corner there. What are some of your things, like the affirmations, the things that you say, listen, this is you, girl. You are here. This is what you're doing. This is how you're doing it. How do you own the room if you need to be in a room to talk about what you do? I know when you're passionate about something, no one can stop you. They can try, but they can never stop you. What are those core things, core values for you, where you like, this is what I do. This is what keeps me going, not only at work, but in my personal life?
It's one thing, and this is my secret to success. I'm not the type that will tell you 10 steps on how to be successful, how to my one secret that has worked for me and has helped me build and be the woman that I am is confidence. You know, when my current boss, she always says, I'll walk you know, confidence, that they'll ask you, so are you able to do this? Do you have 1, 2, 3? And she was like, I don't have it, but she'll say, yes, I have it, I've got it. After the meeting, then I'll go decide how are we going to, you know,
let's find out.
Confidence it's I don't know even how to express it, but it's something so bold to have, and nobody can take it away from you.
No,
nobody can dim, you know. Mina, even now somebody comes to me and they try to dim me and stuff, but I always say, I know who I am. And the only reason I know who I am is because of the confidence. So Mina, it's confidence, and I believe in myself.
I love that.
Just confidence. You know, when you have confidence, it creates I don't know, but it creates something, you know,
an energy around you.
You don't fear.
Mm-mm.
You know, being very confident is very important.
I love that.
I always say I'm scared of losing myself when I don't have confidence, because I'm gonna shallow myself. I'm gonna try make others more comfortable, and you know, yes, there are times where you know you need to step, but just have the confidence and believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to come and
believe
say
in you.
yes. You know, you
I
must.
love
Yes,
that.
it's nice to have a community that supports you, that loves you, but you need to have it in yourself as well. And I
That
always
community
say,
needs to be
yes,
from within.
confidence.
Confidence.
Do it scared.
Do it alone.
Do it. Do it. Fearful. You know, the unknown, whatever the case may be. Just do it with confidence, and that's it.
I love that. And a lot of people will ask, are you born with confidence or do you build confidence? Which side are you on? There's people who are like, Sham, other people were just born confident.
Yes.
And then there's other people who are like, no, we work on it on a daily. It's a daily journey.
Yeah.
I wake up every morning and decide that I need to be confident. Before I step into what I'm stepping into, I need to do it with confidence.
Yes.
Were you born with it or you built it?
I wouldn't say we are born with it, because I think everything comes with we develop, you know. Maybe those who say they are born with it, maybe they've just always been like, you know, maybe they grew up and they just instilled that confidence in them.
Yeah, you're not born with it.
For me, I think I worked on it. I built, like I evolved.
Yes.
You know, just evolving and evolving. Like, and you're not confident every day.
No.
There are those people where you're around and you feel small, and you're like, oh, okay, you know. Yes, and I think it's human. It's normal. You know, we won't always feel so confident and bright. You know, we are human. It's okay to feel a little nervous at first, to feel intimidated around certain people. But I always say that when I'm around people where I feel very small, what I do is like, I'm going to learn something. It means there's something about them that I'm going to learn something from this person, you know. So I wouldn't say I was born with it. I just evolved and worked on just becoming the woman that I am.
You are. Yes, guys, we're not born with it. I'm also on that side of the team. And the beautiful thing for me is I've always been a confident child from growing up, but I don't think I was born with it. The people around me had so much confidence that it was instilled in me.
And you had no choice.
I saw it, I saw it and I learned it. Still today, my grandmother, she's 71, but the confidence she has.
You are that girl.
You know? So you're not born with it, you build on it. I love what you are saying, that there are days where you don't feel confident. There are days where you feel like, guys, no shame. It's not.
But yes, you know, I always say, my friends, they'll tell me, I'm that one friend, guys, venta. I remember this one friend of mine, we just connected, and as we was just building on our friendship, she's like, Auntie, now when you go through such things, I'm like, hey, what do you mean? I'm human. I go through bad days, like really bad days, and I'm like, and I'll vent. Like, I'm human, guys. I'm human. I do, and I always say I never want to create this image of myself that I'm not. Yeah, you know. I don't want to create this girl who's got it all figured out, who's been so privileged. No. If there's one thing, one of the values also my parents have taught me is being humble.
Be humble. Yeah.
You need to be humble. You need to learn to live with people. My dad always says, be humble around people and surround yourself with people, because you never know where your luck is. He always says,
God doesn't step down.
So I think sometimes people create a certain perception about me, and when they meet, I'm a very simple girl. I'm not this doll. I'm a very you'll find me in my Crocs, in my just normal t-shirt, and I'm that person. I'm that village girl, that simple person. And I always say, I'm not even going to be apologetic about it. I'm not going to be somebody that I'm not. Or darling, I can't, you know. I make up every day, doll, and I'm no. Just be yourself. Be yourself. You know, we always pick up and be authentic, you know. And I'm like, this is just who I am. I'm a very simple lady.
Village girl, but I'm still very capable.
Very, I'm a very simple person. Very easy to read. Yeah, no, very
I love
simple
what you're
lady.
saying, what your dad taught you. Be humble.
Yes.
You don't know where your luck
Yeah.
is. And for me, like I always say, God will not step down from the throne and
Mm,
come bless you. He will send
mm,
people. You
mm.
don't know who
You
you
whose help you'll
meeting.
need the next day.
Yes,
You look down on
exactly.
somebody, little do you know that you're gonna
This
need
is
this person
yes,
one day.
exactly, exactly. Even the
Yes.
Bible say that
Mm,
without you knowing, you might have entertained an angel. So
exactly.
in your journey, be as humble as you can be.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. We are coming to the end of our conversation. What are the things that you'd like to say to us? We are approaching festive season. Gosh, it's about to be that time. There's bonuses coming in. People are planning trips. What are the things that maybe you can advise as someone who's in the tourism space? As you said, it's a very broad space. What are the things to look out for? And for people who are in the industry, what are the things that they can do to make this festive season as enjoyable as it can be? Guys, it's
Yes.
our only chance where we
Yes.
get to chill and
Yeah.
relax.
Yes. So lately I'm sending out a message a lot where we are seeing people getting scammed by travel agencies.
Yeah.
And I always say one of the things that what you must look out for if you want to know if a certain travel agency is credible is check if they are accredited and
Mm,
affiliated. In the tourism sector, we have what's like these associations with SATA, ASATA, IATA. These are
mm,
certified organizations to give credibility to travel agencies who are affiliated with them, which you check
mm,
on their website. So we are seeing a lot of scams.
mm,
I currently work for a travel agency. So
mm.
if people want to make their trips seamless and smooth, we are
Yes.
credible. They can book with us. But one of my key takes is
What is
that
the name? Tell
oh,
us.
it's
We want to
Zimasa
know.
Travel,
Master Travel.
Zimasa Travel.
Zimasa
Yes,
Travel.
so don't get scammed, guys. And I know people will be like, I can book the trip myself. There are advantages of also booking with the travel agency. But
Yes.
anyway, the things I my take off would be people must start making their bookings now because festive is a very hectic season.
Mm,
Start planning your trips now.
mm,
Allocate your budgets. If it
mm,
means you must pay in installments and stuff, start preparing now
mm.
and be safe
Yeah.
and yeah, enjoy the festive and travel. We are growing domestic travel now. We've
Yeah.
seen stats that actually international travelers have declined. People are now traveling more domestic. There's more to
Cereal's
explore.
economy doesn't allow.
I know, right? Yes, and there's so much our country can offer. So
Mm.
explore as much as you can. If you need services of travel, shuttles, hospitality, whatever you need, I'm available. You can find me on social media, Lifenja underscore Conqueror on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Lifenja Mampuru.
I will also leave her details on this conversation. You can ask questions.
Yes.
I've heard a lot of people who've been scammed by travel agencies. I'm one of the few who think like I want to book it myself. I want to get
Yes.
involved.
And
But there's a
sorry to
lot of
cut you
scamming
off.
that can
And
happen.
what my also urge people is that speak up about these people that are scamming you.
Yes, yeah.
It's actually a growing thing, and you have a
Mm,
right to report and claim all of these. It's your
yes,
money. It's your hard earned money. I'd
exactly.
be mad if somebody's scamming me like 30K and stuff like that.
And then that's it.
So but don't be the person to say I can do it myself.
Myself,
There's an
hey,
advantage.
Pela.
There's a reason why we are here.
There's a reason why it's an entire business
Yes,
because
yes.
there's certain things
There's
that we miss. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, I
and
love
there are
that.
perks, as well. But thank you so much for giving me that platform to share my story. I hope in
Thank
future we
you.
can do it again. There's always so
Yes.
much to share as we are celebrating September is Heritage and Tourism Month.
Mm,
So there's more we can bring out there and showcase. And thank you and all the
yeah.
best as well.
Like I said, it's been a busy month. Heritage Ngapa and tourism Ngapa. That's why, for me, it was a perfect time to bring you in. And as you're saying, we're approaching the festive season. There's a lot of things that we need to look out. So thank you for sharing those tips, guys. It's a business for a reason. Speak to the right people, get the
Yes,
help. I
yes.
love the tips that she's given. Plan your trips, budgets for it. It's not like every December you must spend everything and then come
Mm,
January. It's like we're surprised every year that January is coming.
mm,
But if you plan your things right, budgets for it, choose the right places. You mentioned security as
mm.
well. Check. all the people you're speaking to. If someone has scammed you, speak about it so it doesn't happen to the next person as
We need to
well.
save each other.
We need to save each other. You're trying to take your family out, you're trying to get out there and have a lot of fun, but then these things happen and it ruins your entire holiday. So speak to the right people, and I brought the right person today. Any last words of wisdom?
Whew, pressure engaka. No, all I would just say is continue to learn, continue to grow.
Yeah.
Don't be comfortable in the same spaces, because you never know when you get out there what other door it will open.
Yeah.
I've decided to grow my career wise. I'm working in a travel agency now, so which broadens my skills from hospitality to travel and into events as well. So be open to learn. Put yourself out there.
I love that.
You'll never reach a point where you say I know enough. There's always something to learn. There's always something. Things are evolving now, so you need to also constantly keep up with what's going on in the industry. What's the latest trends? We are moving into the fourth industrial, like the digital. Yes. So continue to learn and continue to network. Networking is also just another key thing. Network. Build those connections, and one day they will pay off.
Always.
Yes.
I love what she's saying. There's never going to be a time where you get and feel like I know everything. You don't know everything. No matter how well educated you think you are, you do not know everything. So never stop learning. This is me in conversation with, and this is my beautiful guest who has shared her journey. Like, comment, ask questions. If there's anything you wanted to answer, whether it's tourism related, her journey related, you are in the village and you're like, Kelly, how? Send in those questions. I will find her, I will hunt it down, and I will make sure that she answers whatever questions that you might have. This platform is mainly for that, to show you that there are stories behind every journey. We don't wake up like this. You don't wake up into our success, but you build it. Thank you for your time and for coming through.
Thank you.
This is your home. You are welcome here. You can come anytime. Yes. And we can talk about what you are doing, and all the best in the business, in your growth as a woman, in your growth as a career person. There's still more to do.
Yes.
There's always more to do.
Yes. No, thank you so much.
Thank you. Guys, this is us. We're out of here. Bye.